Lying in a hospital bed, the young man asks that we call him Khalil. It's not his real name. He claims he defected from the Syrian army in the city of Homs last week. It was exhaustion, too much killing. We were always in the streets, the 22-year-old says, hardly able to finish his sentences. We saw too much random killing. Khalil fled to Lebanon, but just as the border was in sight, he says he was shot by the Syrian military in the arm and shoulder, but managed to escape. Khalil tells us his unit had deployed to Homs in May, and since then, he says, had brutally cracked down on residents. I used to think, why is this happening? What is their crime? He recalls. They were mostly peaceful demonstrators, civilians. Sometimes there would be incoming gunfire. We wouldn't know from where, he says. Adding that soldiers manning heavy machine guns would just unleash indiscriminately. In recent weeks, Homs has become the focal point of clashes as an armed opposition emerges, with army defectors forming its backbone, calling themselves the Free Syrian Army. They are able to fight back, Khalil tells us. They are structured and their operations are successful. He claims the Syrian forces are tired, but many too frightened to defect. Reports from inside Syria say that entire neighborhoods in what was once a thriving city are now under siege. Among those targeted early on, Khaldiye, well known for its opposition to the regime. This couple does not want to be named. Their eldest son, just 17 years old, was killed there last month. That day, it was like a hail of gunfire around us, explosions. It was worse than a war, the mother says. He was on his way home from work, slipping through side streets, trying to avoid the gunfire. Last week, the situation got even worse. Security forces blocked off all entrances to the neighborhood and went house to house. They approach the youngest children, says the father, and they say, "Dear child, how are you? What do the people want?" Trying to trick them into saying, the fall of the regime. We warned our kids, they say, but when our child was interrogated, he was too petrified to talk. The mother says the neighbor's little boy and father were taken away for giving the wrong answer. Having already lost one son, the couple fled to Lebanon with their 3 remaining children. Like the soldier Khalil, they just wanted to escape the killing. Arwa Damon, CNN, Tripoli, Lebanon.